Smart. Talking sports, smart. And I am the greatest. I love listening to Elevator TV radio for undiluted, unadulterated. It's probably replicated, but still not yet replicated. It's sports only on Elevator TV radio. I seriously love listening to it. Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Tuna Kuro, and you're listening to Elevator TV radio. Stay tuned. Elevator TV radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio. The pathfinder for radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elevator TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthias. I'm going to love to comedy Elevator on Sports. It's going to be a very breezy, fast-paced Friday morning. As I'm in a rush, I've got a meeting waiting for me somewhere on the mainland, and another one after that, and then another one. Series of meetings trying to get make sure we get sponsors in for the league. Next season, it's not as easy as we think, and I've got with me here in the studio, Joy Bassi, relative of Hida Bassi. Joy, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
Yeah. Now you're getting it. You're getting in the vibe. I told you that you will grow into it. Was your night again? That's a parent. That's everybody.
Everyone is fine. My night was fine.
Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
There's a lot of energy now for you. You know, now that you talk, the way you talk now is different from how you used to sound back. You know, when we started. How's the experience for you? I mean, I keep asking that question every day.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. It's really informative.
Are you communicating with your mates that are doing internship? Are all of you guys, have you guys all found a place to do internship, or some are still at home?
Most of us are at home place right now.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
So for the next 6 months, we're going to be stuck with you.
Yeah.
Your tiny voice. Okay, no problem. What you got for us?
Right now, let's start with something simple. Kano have confirmed that Chief Judge, the first female Chief Judge, Justice Abiku, has confirmed as the
Okay,
Chief
that's
Judge
good.
Kano.
That's progress.
Yeah, it's progress. And let's go to Elon Musk.
Hey, Elon Musk and
Yeah.
See, so they're fighting now. They wanted to fight in the Colosseum, the Roman Colosseum. Now they are also trying to fight in the courts about trade and Twitter.
Yes.
These people is a stunt. This thing that is a stunt. They just want to make this trend popular.
But I don't know, but children is becoming popular. Like Lemon said that they already have over 30 million users on
In one day.
Yeah.
I tried to get in on it. I don't understand it. I won't lie. I made one post. I don't understand it, but I'm just there.
Yeah, I want to get in on it, but I'm not even on Twitter. So.
You're not on Twitter. Are you on Instagram?
Yes.
Your TikTok?
Yes.
Your Snapchat?
Yes.
Okay. That's for your Gen Z people. But you should be on Twitter anyway because I mean there are wrong information, there are right information, but I always say there's this my friend who always say, I don't want my children to be on social media because social media influence people negatively. And I said, no, nothing influences anybody negatively. The thing that influences people negatively is people's choices. Whether you put social media or not, they will do negative things if they want to.
Yeah.
So it's not, because on social media, there's a whole lot of good things that even you can't learn in schools, about, for instance, how to grow wealth, how to make finances, how to build companies. There are positive information. The choices you make is what influences you. It's not necessarily what is on social media, because I mean there is fun on social media, but then there is also motivation, there's inspiration, there is leadership, there is creativity, positive ones. So you have to make choices. If you're the kind of person who like to make wrong choices, then you are not influenced by what they put there, but you're influenced by your choices, right? What else do you have for us? You've not given us the Elon Musk and Mark
Yeah,
Zuckerberg story.
yeah, because of the app. It's saying that the app is taking like you use Twitter's workers, former Twitter's employee to copy the app. It's calling it a copycat app. But Twitter trend is coming to say that they don't have any ex Twitter worker working for them. That it's just a this thing that is paranoid, something like that on that. But
Well, we will see. I like see when rich people quarrel.
it's
I
fun
just enjoy the
to
fun that
watch.
comes with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So not really much though. Just like the former prime minister that passed. Like people are like talking that he left £1 billion to his girlfriend. He wanted to make it wife, but left like £1 billion to her.
Wow. How did he
Yeah.
get the money?
You know, he's a billionaire for making one of the
Oh, okay.
richest.
Silvio
Yeah,
Berlusconi.
yeah. He left £1 billion, £1 million, £100 to his girlfriend.
This is
Wow.
money. Silvio Berlusconi is a rich man, so there's no. I don't think
Yeah.
there's a problem with
There's
that.
not a problem with that because he settled everybody, gave his children, his friends, like people that were close to him. So
Yeah, if he had a girlfriend, the girlfriend obviously must have made a good impact on him to the point
understand.
where he's doing that. I
Yeah.
mean, salute him.
Yeah. So that's it for now.
All right, thank you very much. Ibrahim is complaining about the app. I think you have to update or refresh because over here it's talking. The people that are using it here are not complaining. If you're having issues with the app, I know it's working here. The setting is perfect. I can see it on the screen. What I'm seeing here says it's working. So if it's not working on your end, I think you should either update or uninstall and reinstall if it is possible. Everything is working here. Let me go straight down to the app and show you. It's working here. I don't know if you think it's not working. Then it's not from my end. Uh, so it's not from my end. It's something that has to do with you, Ibrahim. Sorry. Okay. Every other person says they can hear me very well. App website. The website is working. The app and the website is not working. Are you sure, or you are in a place where it is geolocked? Because I'm looking at the website here. It's working. Give me your phone. Let me use your phone to see something. Because so that it doesn't look like I'm using my phone. Is it working here,
Yeah.
guys? This is the app. It's working.
What is it talking?
Okay, that's again. We have to go back to that one and see. Um, guys, just bear with me. I'm trying to be sure to know, but I know that the app here is working. Every setting here says it's perfect. So I don't understand. Uh, it's working well here. So if it's not working on your end, I don't know. Probably something is wrong that I cannot figure out yet. But it shouldn't hold up the show. The show have to go on. But let me just do one last round of checkup and see if I got it. I could be wrong anyway. You know, sometimes technology can just be funny. And you've been wondering what's really going on or what is not going on, what is happening or what is not happening. Oh God, this is slow. Okay, guys, give me a minute. I'm trying to check. I'm not sure I can do this whole troubleshooting alone without disrupting the show. I came in with a whole lot of energy to get this show on the road, and then the complaint about radio is getting to me. Uh, Guys, you know what? Let's stay with the YouTube channel and Instagram. I don't think that if I decide to pursue troubleshooting that thing, we will be able to, ever get to the end of the conversation. So, please let's have a show. After that, we'll troubleshoot and get it done. I've got a series of meetings. I don't want anything get into my headspace right now and become a problem. Having said that, let's push up on the stories. Today's Friday. You know how Friday is. Friday is anything goes. So you can ask questions outside of football, just the same way outside of club football, somebody have decided that okay, the reason why German football have collapsed is Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is to blame, according to Bastian Schweinsteiger. Yes, Bastian Schweinsteiger have come out to blame Pep Guardiola. This is the story. So Pep Guardiola is to blame for Germany's recent decline, insists Bastian Schweinsteiger, as he reveals the reason why they lost their values after his Bayern Munich reign. Okay, so let's hear what he's got to say. Pep Guardiola is to blame for the recent decline. Former German midfielder Bastian Schweinsteiger says Pep Guardiola shares blame for the national team's decline, telling talkSPORT that Germany lost its values because of the Spanish coach Schweinsteiger, who works as a TV pundit, played under Guardiola for 2 seasons at Bayern Munich following the former Barcelona's coach arrival in Munich in 2013. Schweinsteiger left the club in 2015, while Guardiola left for Manchester City in 2016. Joachim Low was Germany's coach at the time, having led the team to the World Cup title in 2014, with Schweinsteiger playing a key role for Germany. As Germany reached the finals of Euro 2016, but has disappointed at major tournaments since Germany flopped with a group stage exit in 2018 World Cup, reached only the second round of the Euro 2020, and was knocked out in the group stage again in the last World Cup. And I wish I could read those stories on Daily Mail. You can go read it and see what the man is going to say. And I'm going to ask you, do you guys believe in that? For me, I think it's balderdash. It's complete rubbish. But hey, I mean, it's said something. Let's explore that. I might even have to open it up and read the whole thing for you guys to see. Having said that, let's move a step further and see Silas Ferguson have this to say about Daniel Levy. Yesterday, everybody was talking about Daniel Levy, so this is what Silas Ferguson have to say about the man. Silas Ferguson said dealing with Daniel Levy was more painful than the hip surgery he had, while the sports chairman has vowed that since you guys are calling me a bad person, let me just be a bad person. Remember that song by R. Kelly? You better be careful what you say to me, yeah, because eventually it might come around to you. He says, so since these Manchester clubs are beginning to call him names, let me be the devil that you guys call me. He said, the man is vowed to never sell to a Manchester club again. Bayern can expect him to dig his heels over Hurricanes becoming their player, because for him, he's got nothing to lose. Bayern Munich have made an enemy in Daniel Levy in blow to Hurricane pursuit. Bayern might have made a costly mistake in their pursuit of Tottenham striker Hurricane. Thomas Tuchel's side see the England captain as a perfect choice to replace Robert Lewandowski a year on since the Polish striker legendary stint ended with a move to Barcelona. Reports this week have suggested that Tuchel held secret talks with the 29-year-old at his home in London earlier in the year, and Daniel Levy have got wind of it and that has pissed him off. I wonder why that is an issue anyway. But hey, we live in a world where people get more petty and pettier every single day. So things are different the way they are today compared to how they used to be. Well, Brazilian's coach Tite is refreshed, recharged, and ready for a new challenge after waving goodbye to Brazil, having conquered South America. How did he conquer South America? Now the Premier League could be next on his side. Brazil's World Cup boss, Tite, is ready to take on Europe. Well, there's a European that is coming to take on Brazil. Why not a Brazilian coming to take on Europe and the Premier League? Tite has conquered South America, refreshed and recharged. Brazil's World Cup manager is eyeing the next mission, which is Europe, or who knows, maybe England, Saudi Arabia. If there is a good professional opportunity, why not? He responded when asked whether a Premier League job appeals to him. He said, I want a new challenge. One in Europe would be very interesting to me. Tite has won all there is to win back in his native, but his competitive juices are urging him to try something different to exit his comfort zone. So here he is striding confidently into a private location close to London, bustling Edgeware Road with a smile that captivates the room. Okay, let's hope that goes. Then let's talk about some clubs that are trying to do transfer. After all, we are in the transfer window. It is opened and it's about 57 or 56 days to the closing of that door. And as we count down that door, let's make it known that Fulham have opened talks with Benfica over a move for defender Morato, and it is near a new deal for Anton Robinson, as the Cottagers also offer improved terms to ex-Chelsea and Arsenal star Willian to say thank you for a good performance last season. Let's hope that he repeats that performance this season. Having started the first 4 games and kept 3 clean sheets, a sprained ankle puts him on the sideline, not playing in the top flight until 2023, and then only playing twice in 2 months. Okay, Messi takes Manchester United number 7 shirt after a £60 million move. But who wore it the best? There's Ronaldo, there is Bez, there is Eric Cantona, there's David Beckham. I need your opinion. But don't forget, there is also Memphis Depay and 3 other people who struggle after the hype. So there are those who wore the number 7. Angel Di Maria wore the number 7. There is the great guys who wore the number 7 of Manchester United. And then there are those who use the number 7 to saboteur, as we will say in Warri. In your opinion, as a Manchester United fan or as a football fan, who do you see? I mean, it depends. The generation will cut across different generations. I think the Gen Z generation, I've never seen any great number 7 at Manchester United. I'm not a Manchester United fan, but I saw a lot of great players wear the number 7 shirt for Manchester United. For me, my all-time greatest Premier League player would always and forever be Eric Cantona. Leave all those Alan Shearer mumbo jumbo that people are saying. Eric Cantona is the greatest player to ever play. He closed one era and started the other era. Last English coach to win the Premier League was Wilkinson, and Leeds United was the team he was coaching at the time. Who would have expected Leeds United to win the title? Well, Eric Cantona came from France and led Leeds United, who had not won the title in over 50 years, to go and win it. Then Manchester United won the title in 1992, the first Premier League title. Eric Cantona had moved from Leeds for £2 million to Manchester United, and everybody said it was a wasted money, it was overpriced, blah, 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 blah. The rest, as I say, is history, because for me, that's the greatest guy who's ever played in the Premier League. If you think I am wrong, give me your own opinion. Tell me who you think was greater than him. Just the same way I think that the greatest signing Arsenal has ever made in the history of that club, as far as I know, is the guy called Dennis the Menace Beckham, the Dutch one. So you can tell me who you think is the best player to have worn the number 7 jersey for Manchester United. Lately, it's been all terrible anyway, but there was a time when men lived and graced the faces of this earth, when great men, played football, wearing jersey number 7, and then there were Brian Robson, there were Eric Cantona, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, and George Best of the days of yore, and the rest of them. Those were men. And then came the boys. Then came the people who focus more on the bling bling and the fast cars and the jewelries and the social medias. And then after that one, then we now have the Gen Zs who are so soft. Even if your shadow lean on them, they say you have committed something, you're harassing them, you're bullying them. So we're raising weak generation anyway. Some of United's greatest players have graced the numbers. Others are falling out spectacularly with the club. So you can tell me who you think have done well wearing jersey number 7 for Manchester United, and then who you think have won that jersey and have not done well. Well, it's up to us. For as long as you're hearing me on YouTube and on Instagram, I think I can take that home, and then later on I will battle with the reason why we're not getting audio on the website and on the app. But for now, let's stick to what we've got and deal with it in the best way possible. Okay. I'm still wondering why anyway. I don't know. Maybe somebody made a mistake. If you check your app now and see if you can hear anything. Well, let's just keep it going and see how the sound everything goes as far as I'm concerned. But then, if you've got any question to ask, if you've got anything to put out there, no problem. If you've got anything to put out there, you can put it on the comment section. Let's have a conversation, serious one. And if you want to ask questions outside of football, let's see how it's going. Okay, Mayowa Michael says it's working now. Okay, so I don't know if It was a mistake in the first place. Maybe you should restart your phone and see if it would work. I don't know. You take it outside so you don't come and disturb me here. Whatever it is, but let me see from the guys there. There are a few stories in the transfer pocket. Let's look at that one as well and see who's planning to move, who's not planning to move. Man, transfer window might end and some club will not even do transfer. I'm asking, what if Manchester United doesn't sign another player? What if? Just what if? I'm asking why we'll talk about their number 7 jersey. What if? And I will go back to somebody just said, read the full story of Bastian Schweinsteiger blaming Pep Guardiola, and let's see what it really means. Okay, I would try and read that one. Somebody else sent a message on WhatsApp and said, Edafi, good morning. Enjoying your show, listening to you, but I'm not commenting. I'm anonymous on the YouTube channel. I'm watching you right now. Lovely headphone you had. Okay, thank you very much. Lovely headphone you had on there. How do you deal with setback, especially when you've given it your all, you put in your effort, and it comes back crashing down without any positive result, making people around you look at you like, they knew you were going to fail. You are just not listening. How do you deal with that kind of situation? I think setback is part of life. I don't know, but I'm the embodiment of setback. So setback is part of life. People hit setback all the time. And let me put it this way. Okay, his name is Andrew. His name is Andrew. That's the way he wrote it. It's a number that I don't have saved on my phone, so I don't know. So Andrew, this is what I'm going to say to you. Let's even use Jesus as example. Think for a minute that you are Jesus. You had these guys, this group of 12 friends for 3.5 years. You have turned water into wine in their presence. You have brought the dead to life in their presence. Lazarus, after 4 days, you have healed a man who's been sick for 37 years. The hem of your garment have healed a woman who had the issue of blood, who's smelling, who's stinky, who's gone everywhere. You healed the general's daughter just by speaking the word, not going out there. You've said Talita Kuma, and the dead girl came back to life. You fed people in their presence, and you told them all the things that you would do, that I will bring down this temple, and in 3 days time I will build it up. You've done all these things, and 3.5 years down the line, after all this walking, you've cast legions of demons out of someone, and you ask them to go into swines. Just think about this for a minute. You've done all of these things in their presence, not like behind them. You slept in a boat where a boat is trying to capsize, which means they were all in panic mode, and then you just said, peace, be still. So try and understand the context in which these things happened. A storm is happening. This is something that's never been seen before. So it's not like it's a regular thing that somebody just speaks to water. So humans are rational. Animals are semi-rational, depending on the type of animal, right? If it's a dog, okay, or some type of animal, even if a wild lion, a wild beast, there's a way you stand and you say, hey, calm down. For a minute it will calm down. But this is water. Water obeyed, the storm obeys this man. He walked on top of water. You see him. And then one of the 12 betrayed him. Was bold enough to be. In short, betrayed him, and at the point of his betrayal, somebody's ear was cut off. He gummed it back. The closest guy, his mainest guy, denied him 3 times before the cock crow, and he had just said it to like a few minutes ago. Then after all of this, one of the guys who's never been heard, who's never spoken, whose name has never been mentioned, refused to agree that he has the capacity to die and resurrect on the 3rd day. I'm like, you're going to sit down. You understand? Unless I put my hand in the hole in his hand and the hole on the side. This is setback. Okay, so when you read all those stories in the Bible, what they don't contextualize in the Bible for you is how Jesus must have been feeling when all this was going on. Like, have you guys not learned anything hanging out with me? Have you guys not seen enough to believe in the things that I do, that you could do that? Okay, so for Judas Iscariot, I want to play devil's advocate. I want to believe that Judas loved money, and he felt like all of these things that they've been doing, healing people for free, they should monetize it, right? And he felt like, you know what, Jesus, no reason this matter one way. The way you did, so people suppose they pay us to get access to you, like they do in Abuja, in Aso Rock. Like people suppose they pay toll gates to get to you. So maybe he felt like, no worry, Jesus will just wave his hand like this. All the people will just turn to doors. All the soldiers, nothing will happen. I don't collect money. You know, strong guy. We are a guy one year upon. So talk. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And Andrew, I'm just sermonizing. But just think about it, contextualize this a bit. And then all this happened. What would Jesus have felt? So it's the same thing about life, right? The people that are close to you are the ones that will run you down the most. That's why also, every time my friends, people that are close to me, family members, brothers, contribute to anything that I'm doing, like they share my content, they push it, I get excited because, listen, you're the luckiest person if your friends and your family believe in what you're doing. Setback, it will definitely happen. Go back to history. One of the ways that I deal with it is I read history a lot. I read the guys who created the airplane, how many times it crashed, but they still kept on going. And how many people told them that they don't know what they are doing, they're stupid. Like, what can be your, that kind of thing. But then they kept on moving. And just imagine Jeff Bezos, and he's always an example that I like to always push forward. After Timida Kolo talked about it some time ago in my school. And this is why I like pushing that example forward. Let me explain that to you. So Jeff Bezos woke up one morning and said to his friends and everybody and said, you know what? I'm going to make massive money. I'm going to sell everything sellable, from electronics to orgasm, everything. But you know what? I'm not going to have a shop. I'm not going to have a shop. I'm not going to hold a warehouse. I'm not going to have a business, but I'm just going to sell everything. Think about it for a minute. And then, everybody will look at him like, well, you be full. Wait, went to your shop last night. What did you drink? And then Amazon is born. It's not only selling everything. Now you have a warehouse, they're delivering things, but that's not how they started, right? And then they have Amazon Prime now. They're doing movies. They are cutting across every country and the rest. Remember that time that Ghostbusters were almost trying to run Netflix out of town? And look at Netflix. Netflix is investing 49 billion in India. But remember, go back to the story, and the movie started for everybody to watch. Go back to when it started, how it was. Everybody gets setback. But for me, what fuels me going forward every time I get a setback, just this Super 6, I had a setback. And after working so hard, that's why I see it. It might be emotional, but that's why I see it. After working so hard to put the league out there, Super 6 came, they went to go and give it to somebody else, who had not done well. So to me, I didn't see it as merit. That's my opinion. But hey, they wanted it on DSTV. I don't have that kind of platform. So it was okay on the business front. But today now we're suffering because the marketing side, everybody's looking for that number. It's a setback, but then you still have to go for it. So So Andrew, what I'll say to you is, the reason why you started should be your greatest motivation, not necessarily what people say. I remember some time where some top comedian in Nigeria, I won't mention his name, called me and said, Edafe, you know that these footballers are not your friends? And I was like, what do you mean by that? He said, you interview them, they don't share the interview on their status, on their page. They don't even talk about it like, oh, tweet about it. I had this lovely interview with Elegbete, go and check it out. They don't say it. You know that they're your friend. I said, well, I don't need them to be my friends. The fact that they give me access to interview them is enough, because I'm thinking long term. A time is going to come where the people who need this content will just naturally gravitate towards me. This was 2000, during the COVID. I had like 3,000 or 4,000, not up to 4,000 subscribers. Now we're 12,000 plus. We're still counting, right? So you've got to know the reason why you started, whatever it is you started, whatever it is you're doing, and that should be what drives you forward. Because if you start thinking, oh, because somebody was mocking you, somebody was laughing at you, you're going to quit. Let everybody quit now. When we all finish quitting, we go see Ghana Day, as my Benin people always talk. We go see Ghana Day. So I just need you to think about it that way, and I think it will help us. Where is our intern, Basti? She's disappeared. I just ask her, go and check, and then come back and confirm. Is it back? Oh, it's not back. I don't understand this app. Something must be wrong. But let's not worry. Let's not bother. Let's just leave it there and keep on doing. So Andrew, I hope I've responded. I've answered. Okay, he said thank you. All right, thank you to Andrew. Manchester United is edging closer to signing Inter goalkeeper Andrea Onana 27 years of age. I think they will spend over 40 million. That's according to Fabrizio Romano, but this is me just saying they will spend over 40 million after agreeing personal terms with the Cameroonian international. Yes, United continue to do due diligence on all the goalkeepers, including Feyenoord Netherlands international Justin Bigelow, 25, and Spaniard David Raya, 27, of Brentford, in case they cannot agree a fee with Inter for Onana. Now, let's not forget, there's a time where everybody sits where they are and tell you that Nigeria have the best squad. Look at Cameroon, for instance. The 27-year Onana is ostracized from the national team. They still have a goalkeeper that they consider good enough because he tried his best at the World Cup. Look at Nigeria, for instance. Transfer window is going on. And name one Nigerian goalkeeper that is on the shopping list of any average, not even major club now, average club. There is none. Yeah, but you people like the coach will go and win the World Cup. If you win the AFCON, look at our entire defense line. How many of them are being mentioned as they are in need to go and fix defensive problem that a lot of clubs have? Considering last season, for instance, in Premier League, Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, all these clubs have defensive problem, and some of them have also lost defenders. How many of them are being mentioned as a possible replacement for the teams that have qualified for the Champions League and going to play top competition? Go to our midfield again, the same thing. Go to our attack. The only name that people are talking about is Victor Osimhen, and even that have cooled down. Yeah, but we can't argue about the fact that he's a good player, he's a quality player. Nobody's arguing about that. The only reason why that talk about him as cooled down is the price tag. The other players don't have that kind of price tag. I just took this in to let you guys know that when you sit down in your beer parlor or your viewing center and you're saying that, Nigeria have world-class players, we should be winning the African Cup of Nations, you should look at your team properly and understand. Because sometimes overrating your team puts an expectation that makes you misbehave when they lose games. This team is the most average Super Eagles team we've ever had. Yes, they might look like they are young, as the youngest team, blah, blah, blah. They look like they are potentially talented, but they've not put it on the grass week in, week out consistently. So I can't sit where I am and be feeling like we are superstars all the time. So people should know that. Let's go back to transfer space. The Red Devil are also lining up a 50 million pounds move for Atalanta and Denmark striker Rasmus Højlund, who is 20 years of age. Eric Ten Hag is looking, bless an early Manchester we'll talk about today. Eric Ten Hag is looking to offload Brazilian fullback Alex Telles, who has turned 30. This boy, I don't understand the way some people age, they accelerate very fast. This boy was a kid when he was signed, and now he's 30. And I'm not really seeing the football that he's playing. Ivory Coast centre-back Eric Bailly, 29, 22-year-old defender Brendan Williams, club captain Harry Maguire, who's already 30 years. Nobody wants to buy him. And I go swallow around, go anywhere. And midfielder Scott McTominay, who's 26. All these ones at 26, some people don't they become controller of football. All these guys, they're 26 or they're 29 years, they still be upcoming player. When they go find their career, all these guys, they say they go join Lost Man or they go join police. They will not be superintendent or AIG or something, but they say they want to play football. And all these people can make the better footballers and then they will get a chance to play for. All them Harry Maguire. If Maguire go join police since that time, at the age of 30, if you don't be constable or if you don't be, commissioner or something. But hey, the center of football, they play the big head like Hamashak. I'm ahead of her. West Ham are interested in a deal to sign Scotland international Scott McTominay with manager David Moyes, also tracking Everton's 21-year-old Belgian midfielder Amadou Onana. I can confidently tell you that Scott McTominay deal is what's it called, community chance. Not community chance, we call it for yes, community chance. Nepotism. My countryman, make I just give a chance so that the national team goes to the play. Because one day now the future invite me call coach national team. Chelsea will have to stump up more than 100 million if they wish to sign Brighton and Ecuador midfielder Moises Caicedo, 21 this summer. Because Arsenal paid 105 million, Brighton have changed their plan. Before, this guy was priced at between 60 to 80. Once Arsenal agreed to 105 million, said, we think that this boy is better than Declan Rice. So this your London Rice can cost this much. Oh, this Moises Caicedo beans. Beans have more protein than that carbohydrate too. So you have to pay just about as much or more. Talking about Arsenal, there's another deal for Julian Timber. They say the medical will be done on Wednesday. But let's before I give you that one, let's talk about Newcastle. Newcastle are preparing a surprise move for veteran Italy and Juventus centre-back Leonardo Bonucci, 36, to add experience for their forthcoming Champions League campaign. Okay, Ottomas, get ready, go! I'm going to run leave this guy. You can be like with the Gareth Bale do Michael for Inter Milan. I never say anything. Hey, God of heaven. Newcastle, I just think Newcastle not going to make top for this next season. I tell you, like, I know say they don't sign Tonelli. I can't define wife. See, wife, fine finish. Okay. I asked Julian Timber will undergo medical at Arsenal on Friday. She's not here today. That shall be with me in paradise. With the Gunners confident of completing a 38.5 million pounds deal for the 22-year-old Dutch fullback. Hey, Ateta, you're not gonna get excuse again. We are a small squad. We are upcoming. We are rebuilding. Another again. Tottenham midfielder Ivan Perisic has told boss Andy Postecoglou he intends to terminate his contract with the 34-year-old Croatian keen to join Ajax Split. You see, that's why your domestic league should be good. Ojo could have just come and say, okay, I want to play for Sporting Lagos now, Remo Stars or something in that region. Meanwhile, Atletico Madrid have approached Spurs over Denmark midfielder Pierre-Emile Højlund, 27, who has also been linked with a move to Bayern Munich. Okay, Ange Postecoglou will go bring Celtic players to come play for Spurs. Then Emmanuel Sebastian will not come here and open the mouth and tell me that Spurs will compete for title. You don't ever see one coach will come from Scotland apart from Sir Alex Ferguson, and it took him years. If not now, Sir Alex Ferguson not firing since before even win the first title in 92. Come in 1986, win title in 1992. That not be 6 years. Okay, but you let's not even bother about other CA people. So Southampton believe they will receive their asking price of £50 million for Belgian midfielder Romeo Lavia, 19, with Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal all chasing his signature. Arsenal will not be hurry for that one. Most sell the players won't sell first. We're signing too many players now. Let's sell some first. Crystal Palace hopes of resigning the talismanic Wilfred Zaha 30 have been dashed as the forward considers offer from Lazio, Fenerbahce, and El Nasser in Saudi Arabia. He's an African. I can always be like that. Don't worry yourself. Fulham are close to agreeing a new deal with free agent Willian after the 37, the Brazilian forward 34 officially became a free agent at the end of last week. That's according to the Athletic. Want to wait Chelsea and United States forward Christian Pulisic, 24, is on the cusp of a 20 million switch to Italian giant AC Milan. Leicester are willing to sell winger Javi Benz, 25, for 40 million. Leicester with the lower league. They see they get leveled. Now go pay salary retire. £40 million to help fund a squad rebuild among interest from Premier League clubs, including Newcastle, Aston Villa, West Ham, according to the Leicester Mercury. Thank God, the no mention Arsenal name for that one this time. Arsenal's French defender William Saliba, 22, has signed a new contract that will keep him at the club, the Emirates Stadium, until 2027. Thank God for that one. That's a new signing in disguise. West Ham are weighing up a move for Juventus midfielder Denis Zakaria. The Hammers could initially take the 26-year-old Switzerland international on loan with an option to buy for 15.4 million. In 2023, going forward, somebody named Cindy Zakaria. Okay, we'll soon hear Zacchaeus. The Hammers are also interested in Fulham's Portuguese enforcer João Paulinho, 27, and Southampton and England 28-year-old is set piece specialist James Ward-Prowse. Okay, let's hope that he will pay because Hamas collect money for us now. More than squeeze money come over the hand and hold their Bokos title. Why now? Okay, Wolves are desperate to keep 26-year-old English centre-back Max Kilman. You know they kill nobody after turning down a £30 million bid from Serie A giant Napoli. Okay, now he not kill nobody. Napoli when I leave, I go sign somebody else for French league. We go become another Osimhen. All those ones now Serie B players. They just hype them anyhow from Premier League. Okay, let's come to you guys now. It is time for you guys to be the leader of the show. I don't know about the time of the day, but I have a little time, so let's use it before I go out running on the streets of Lagos trying to do my meetings. Okay, Papinini on Instagram is a good Mr. Isogana Idafi one. I don't understand, guy. Bobby Ray _ 213 says. Money, thank God it's Friday. Yeah. Una to the greet. Una give us conversation. We're going to move us. Bobby Ray says, seeing Basi for the first time, she actually looks like the Ijebu pundit. Thunder will fire you. Thunder will fire you. I don't leave my little girl, Ijebu pundit. Is she a pundit? She's not a sports person. Okay, young Betangot, it's been a while, oh, guy. How you doing? How's your family, his wife, as everybody? Mr. Bubuyaya. Okay, he said to me, among Eric Cantona, Brian Robson, George Best, David Beckham, and Cristiano Ronaldo, I'll choose Cristiano Ronaldo ahead as Manchester United number 7. Your mistake, you did judge Cristiano Ronaldo of Real Madrid. If not for Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo will be the last person on the list of all those names where you call. First off, as a Manchester United player, Cristiano Ronaldo does not match the performances of George Best. I would not agree. As a number 7 player, nah. George Best, the will of the wisps, I beg, do not go down. David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo won the highest scorer, won the best player, won the Ballon d'Or. So that he could really give it a push. He could, it could bring a little bit of drawback to the whole conversation. But there's a whole lot there. But then that's your choice. So I leave you to take. Whenever you talk about Man United, I always sit quietly to listen because I'm a United supporter. Keep it up, boss. Okay, thank you very much for that one. According to you, Papinani says maybe in from Eric George era, but I think Cristiano Ronaldo is the best to ever wear. They type this thing well. That's what I'm going to type out on a language. This is in English. Now they type. Say where type something where. Shoot. Patrick says career. I have always wanted to chase is coaching. I think I will still give it a shot. Okay. Go find Coach Ayere, make Coach Ayere give you a link to go to Dubai. Yeah, this Nigeria, you want to do that, you're giving it a shot. You better start fast. Go to NIS now. Omar Lawansin. Okay, that place that you have a lot of fridge with us for. Lawansin, every time I hear Lawansin, the thing that comes to my mind is plenty fridge when they walk for road. So it's on your way to Abuja, right? He said, Elegote, good morning. What do you think about Kaisaido? What's about him that you need me to think about? I don't know the question. Ask the question again. It says, Patrick, your kind opinion about the response of the NFF media director, I guess, to coach Randy Wardrum, because me personally, I know how my expression changes when I am owed 1 month salary. I'm coming. I'm going to answer that question because somebody also have sent me a message here. Papinani, Arsenal must win major title this season, or else Arteta might be sacked. What do you mean by major titles? Is the Champions League, is the Premier League title? Man City is in front of them. Okay, would Pesero be called a loudmouth if he comes out to complain about salaries too? Okay, he has not complained. Now let's wait till he complains first, and then we will know. Okay, so let's dangerous fridge way know they work. If you never go Lawansi, you don't understand. But if you've been to Lawansi, you understand what I'm saying. Now let's come back here. Mr. Bola says send me a message on WhatsApp. He say, and if you want your take on Demola Alajire's response to the Super Falcons coach Randy Wardrum, for me, I think it went a bit out of order there, and I would like to hear your unbiased expert opinion on the matter. So this is my take on it, and I think later today I might call Ademola Alaji. I tried calling him yesterday, wasn't picking. I'll call him today again. And we always have to, Ademola Alaji is a guy that I respect. It's like my boy, is a big bros to me. I respect him a lot. But when he stepped on the line like he did with the Desire Paranos, it was the first time he saw me spitting fire at him. Like I told him on very, very, very clear terms, like, guy, you didn't mess up. Nigerian football, all of us get them. If you're messing this up, you're messing it for all of us. And whatever you do at the up, at the very top, it won't down to people like us. So you better take that down. And for this has gone very far. It's not taking it back anymore. That's why they say words spoken cannot be recalled. But having said that, I think that Randy Wardrum behaved wrongly, but the response of the NFF now made Randy Wardrum look like a saint. You're owing me 14 months, you paid 7 months. Again, a couple of days ago, I tweeted something. I said NFF's biggest problem is not corruption or mismanagement of funds, is lack of communication. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen that too. Lack of communication. Yes, FIFA actually gave them $963,000, which is about, let's say, $1 million, right, to spend. But you see, the thing about Randy Wardrum citing that is there's a whole lot of ignorance on his part. I've always said that the fact that says somebody in America, let me say get sense, you can be an American and be a big fool and ignorant, and that's what Randy Wardrum shows. One, you are employed by the NFF. If you have any issue, you have a lawyer, you have an agent, you should communicate with them. Taking the conversation, corporate conversation, into the public place because you can sit down with some unknown upcoming podcasters, then you are stepped out of line. That is very, very wrong. Now, in the part of the NFF, yes, because Randy Wardrum decided to fight you naked publicly does not mean you should also take off your clothes. My mom used to say that if you dey bath for bathroom where no get door, you can't put your towel there. A madman can't come, he can't take the towel, they run. You two can't run for people go say we see two mad people, they run for street. But you can take your nakedness and between that bathroom and your house, go your house, dress up instead of running after them. And I think that's what Ademola Alajire did. And it's Alajire that did it, but it's the NFF. So the NFF dancing naked in the market square with Randy Wardrum is the stupidest thing to do. Two things I expected that would have happened. If I was the NFF, one, I don't have the money to pay him instantly, so I can't fire him. So, like they say, he who must come to equity must come with a clean hand. I would call him and I apologize. Like, was sorry, explain to him, and then find a way to sanction him, discipline him if you can. That's one part of it. But obviously, I know the game, so I understand what is happening. Randy Wardrum knows that they are not going to renew his contract. He knows that one for sure. No opportunity for contract renegotiation and all that. What's it called? Ibrahim Gusso have been on the M since September ending, so it's about 10 months now. He's been on the saddle. It's not been easy. Like they always say, every business you inherit both the assets and the liability. So for that, I think that that's a very bad way to respond to them. They should have kept quiet and just leave the court of public jury to be running their mills. That's one. Two, again, I think that the state could have come out to address the issue without using all those foul languages. It's not responsible for a corporate organization like the NFF that is seeking sponsorship, and people don't want to see that this is how they react when things don't go their way. You know, that's more like throwing tantrum. That's very, very bad for Nigerian football. So I think Ademola Alajiro get the thumbs down there. Doesn't mean that Randy Wardrum did the right thing. He did a stupid thing. It was a donkey of the day as far as I'm concerned. But Ademola Alajiro now made it worse, and I made Randy Wardrum now look like a saint. Having said that, I think that, again, Randy Wardrum is preparing us for whatever failure that comes in, because what he's actually doing is cooking up a discord in his team and preparing them for whatever failure that we're going to experience at the Women's World Cup. Well, his goal of also coaching at the Women's World Cup is achieved as the NFF alleged. So you for me, I told you, no problem. Two people have chosen to be crazy at the same time. I wish they could do better anyway, but unfortunately, this is where we find ourselves. It's as Patrick say, now you go front my coaching career. I am getting set. I'm not going to front your coaching career. When I decided to be a coach, I did it on my own. So if you want to coach, it's your career front time. When I decided to set up my radio station and everything, nobody fronts me. I did it on my own. I didn't front anybody career. I'm not going to front you. I'm not going to front anybody. I'm telling you right now, if you're not ready, not ready. You never be your own. When you're ready, we'll go no. Jubriana says, I want your opinions on Mason Mount in Manchester United. I can't be saying this thing every day. Now go back and watch yesterday's video, and you will see that I think I made a very good comment on Mason Mount and everything. So that's why it's YouTube. It's on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification. You will get notified whenever we put up any new content, and then you would understand. But the fact that you think I should be responding to I don't know, any matter like this, it doesn't really work, not because I don't want to answer your question, but it doesn't really work that way because it's dragging. We keep talking the same thing every day. People are like, why the hell am I coming to watch the show when it's the same thing that they're repeating every day? So it's okay for you to go back and watch it. That's actually why we are a YouTube channel. It's as Patrick says, I think the only player have to stand up now if they are going to have a good tournament. It's not that easy. Football is not that easy. Players get their own part, but coaches and administrators, everything. That's why they say in the English language, they say all things being equal. Maduka Austin, he said the fight is all about selling market between Elion and Zoc. That's what I think as well. Maduka Austin says, good morning, boss man. Good morning to you. Demola Ibrahim says, good morning, boss. Okay, I think we talked about that one before. Maduka Austin, you are dominating today. He says, I can hear you well. Mayowa Michael says, good morning, my brother, and everyone else. Christopher Martin said the app and website is not working yet. Okay, don't worry, we would look into it and see what we can do about it. Something is definitely wrong. We'll talk to the technical people to fix it. But right now, let's go on. Devil like Brian said, let me do that then. Mayowa said, long time, I missed the house. Yes, and then Mayowa Michael says it's working. Monica Austin said it's working for me though. Monica Austin said it's working. Guys, let's move on. Okay, my Michael said, where is he watching from? Maybe network around because of rain. Devil like Brian said, I think he's not talking. Okay, let's go, boss. Is working. Kirimana Samigo Bros. You remember that cassette? The God is back. Cantona, the chairman, Ronaldo. I can't forget it. Till today, I've still not forgiven Ituari for making me lose that cassette. I still can't forgive him for that. I always tell him now, he's a tech guy doing very well in the UK, doing well. I mean, one of the most successful of the members of the family. I saw Ogo the other day at the Super Six. I saw Oseo as well. But, I just remember the God is back. It was Ituari and Edewo, Shop Money Eda brother. Those two people, between the two of them, I then lost that cassette. But hey, it's one of those things. When I'm back on my feet again, remember? Okay, that was 1995. Man, you don't think why I did this journey. I don't invest for football for long ago. Some people say that they make me for Lagos. God of heaven. I'm just say it's good, It's good to have this life. People can say what they want to say. People who cannot even write on paper where your house address is, the same that they make you. Pass mobile with Dave says, do you see Chelsea struggling next season? I think that Chelsea have done good business. Let's be very fair to them. I think they've done good business. I do not have excessive hope on their coach, but he's also shown that he can keep it all together. He's shown that he can keep a close ship. He's shown that he can manage a tight ship and get the team going. So for that, I'm going to give him credit, and I'm going to give him what I call the benefit of the doubt, which is the first season's run. This is not one where I will predict and say they will sack him in February. I think he would run the season to the end. I also think that Chelsea will make the top four. I don't think they will win the league. I don't think between Chelsea and Arsenal, I think Arsenal will win the league before Chelsea in the next 5 years. But if you go from 12th last season and go straight into the top four, that's massive success. Arsenal couldn't go from 8th to 5th. They went from 8th to 8th, and from 8th to 4 they couldn't. They went from 8th to 8th and 5th, and then now they just got to 2nd. So I think that if the question is, would they make the top four? That's a very easy one. I think that they would make the top four. Would they win an FA Cup or Carabao Cup? Maybe Carabao Cup will be easy for them to win. The FA Cup, not as easy as that, because I don't think that Pep Guardiola is going to easily let that go. I also think that Arteta will want to give it a shot. Same with Eric Ten Hag, and same with Jurgen Klopp. And from the look of things, I think Man United and Newcastle might be falling off the top four, and Chelsea and Liverpool will be replacing them. But two teams that will still remain permanent in the top four is between Man City and Arsenal. The title is also between the two of them. But let's keep watch and see what goes on. Maduka has to say, what is your take with the Super Falcons coach at boss with the NFF? I think those running our football need to do better. I agree with you on their need to do better, but we would see as it goes. I think I've responded to that already. Currently, Timothy, the radio app is not working. Okay, we've heard. Dino Ramileko say, what does he mean? After Pep left, they won the league, and so Flick won the treble with a very good squad and beautiful football. Pep, now German coach or football president. Okay, that's a very good one. You see, people would put blame in places where they feel they are comfortable. You can't blame anybody in his country. It might affect him, so he needs to blame Pep. The whole idea is, I think people just think that, okay, especially pundits, and if you look, it's a global thing. Everyone think that the very way to go viral, to be popular, is to mention Pep and Jose Mourinho in your analysis, in your criticism. When you want to make your critique of football, you have to mention Pep and Jose Mourinho, because once you mention those two, you definitely are going to have a viral effect. Because if you didn't mention Pep, I bet it will be on the front page of Daily Mail and a lot of the European newspaper, as it is even in other parts of the world. So it's good to mention Pep and then blame it on him. But it's the stupidest thing that I've seen. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun says Arsenal are working on at going now. I think we still need a striker. Yes, it's like the prayers of Noah Turin is working. I hear from the grapevine that Arsenal are looking at Dusan Vlahovic. I don't know if that's going to be true, but let's see how it goes. Mayo Michael said, Mr. Maduka, what matters to the NFL Big Swigs? Not to qualify for competition and nothing more. Well, that's not really what matters to them. There's a lot that matters. It's just that you live in a country where we don't fund sports. See, I used to talk the way you're talking. I used to, you guys, you listen to me, I used to say all these things. Now I'm closer. And a lot of people say that you're closer, they don't shut you up. No, they've not shut me up. I would be very, very stupid to still talk like that when I know the truth. Like, the thing that is holding Nigerian football is cremated, is designed, born, cooked, and turned into arches in the mode of just qualify for tournament and let's collect the extra codes. Not necessarily the administrators, but the thing is I don't know. It's just that thing that makes you think. Judge Graham is Scottish, it's not England, so Scottish is different. Okay, so they don't get the funding to develop. They don't get the funding to build. So what they do is we are an O1 bear country, right? You know how people can be very poor. Let's use Lagos for example. People can be very poor, very hungry, do not pay the rent, they've not paid their children's school fees, but somebody just give birth and then they are doing party. Now I didn't understand it before because where I was coming from, it's not like that. If you're broke, you're broke. If you're rich, you're rich. And some certain things are exclusive for the rich. Then I came to Lagos, I got married, and immediately I got married, my wife. The following year, I got married in 2011, 2012, my wife had a child. And in my office, I was working in Britain at the time, every large pool of Yoruba people, they were like, Ikomo. I didn't understand what they were saying. I said, 8 days, we're not going to do party. It was a rude cultural change. Like, party, how much did they pay me? 150K. This is my first month of signing a contract. 16 days into it, I just got this job. My first salary, I'm going to spend it on party. Unfortunately, I would have even still spent it on party because I gave the whole 150K to church offering. That's the biggest mistake I made in my life. God, I was stupid before. That's a topic for another day. My pastors, they shop that money. 150K, I think I've ever looked. Maga must fall, Kaku must shop. I feel like going back to go and withdraw that money. Go and tell the church to give me the money. But it's part of life. It's gone. So the thing is, we are O1 in nature. We are party freaks. We don't really, it's like wedding. We plan for wedding, we do everything, but we don't plan for marriage. That's why we get married today, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year down the line, they are divorced, they are enemies. We don't plan for the marriage, and we just plan for the wedding. So it's the same thing with our football. It's our general lifestyle. This is not NFF thing. Everybody complaining. Yesterday, I said something that all the people that are ruling Nigeria today at state level, at federal level, ministerial level, everywhere. Do you realize that in 1991, 92, 93, they were the people that were in Nadeco? They were the people that were telling the whole world how Nigeria can be ruled well, how proper governance can be, how democracy can work, how this one can be. They are the ones that are ruling now. They are all of them. They are the ones. They were the opposition. So it's just in our nature to do things haphazardly. So because there's no funding, what they now do is they funnel the little money, just qualify, go there, make appearance, and see we can be lucky. It's just what it is. But most time people tell you, they are there to steal the money. There's not even money to steal. That's the shocking thing. You would hear that coaches have not been paid. The truth is, NFF workers have also not been paid. The NFF president some of them don't earn salary. I'm going to say, okay, how do they live it? They do it, it creates opportunity for them. They leverage on the opportunities. There's the corporate opportunities, and then there's the individual opportunities. So let me give you a good example. If I am a friend of Jay-Z, I'm very close to Jay-Z. Jay-Z might not be giving me money, but the fact that I'm close to Jay-Z might allow me access to meet certain kind of people. So there is a group of people who think that because I'm Jay-Z's friends, I'm earning money from Jay-Z. I might not be earning money from Jay-Z's. Just the kind of thing that my younger ones suffer. My younger brothers, one is here. They suffer that a lot because your brother is celebrating a big boy for Lagos, so you own a radio station. They don't know that I'm broke, right? So they go to them like, guy, Afana, give me this now, give me this. And then they look at their life like, why are you guys struggling when your brother is at the very top? So it's just like that. We misread this thing. Money no day. Money no day. There is a talk about our World Cup qualification that is very hard for me to say publicly. I would have loved to say it, but sometimes I just think about it and I just let it slide. That Osimhen goal that was disallowed. In the future, maybe in 10, 20 years' time, me, Femi Adetola, and a few other people will talk about it. But for now, let's just pretend like we don't have anything to say. Money no day, but people need to know. That's the thing with living in a space that look from the outside affluent. That's why a lot of people want to get into power. They get into power and they now realize that the money that they thought was there is not there. So they can't even do the things that they thought they can do. A lot of people talk about running the league. Okay, good. If I run the league, I will do this, I will do that. We spent about 2 billion last season to run their bridge league. Then we're trying to raise 6 to 10 billion to run a full league. The money never come. As I'm talking to you, I know because I am in the system, I'm in the front, holding meetings, calling, dates to like make these things happen. It's not there. The league, the fees 26, 27 to kick off. As I talk to you, so 1 naira to start the league never do. It might not cause a delay in the league. But people don't know all of this. So sometimes when we talk about, they are eating money, I'm like, which money did they really eat safe? The money not there. Because to run our football is too expensive. Let's move on anyway from my own Michael. Let me say Pep change German football instead of the normal counter-attack football they are used to. First off, let's break this Pep talk down. I tried to ignore it, but let's break it down a bit. How many of the German teams did Pep coach? He coached 1 out of 18. So there are 17 others. That's one. 2, the German national team players that played under Pep. How many of them made the national team? Where are the other ones playing out? And how did playing from the back, building up and winning, how did that become a bad thing? At one point, this same German said that Pep Guardiola coach in Spain won the World Cup. Pep Guardiola coach in Germany won the World Cup. Now, why are we blaming Pep? If Pep spent 3 years and that 3 years destroyed the German football, Pep have left Germany now for like 7 years. Is it not time for them to fix it back? And then, so there'll be Nigeria too, Abi. So the thing with Pep scatter since for the past 7 years, they're not fix it back. Okay, I don't know. The way this Pep did the scatter things, well done. Moses Toby say those old United legend names you mentioned are the ones I always regard as footballers, and the ones we have now generally are what I call players. Bros, the difference is clear. I agree with you, Moses Toby, 100%. Most times when I talk, people like, oh, with that shut up, what are you saying? I just think that some of the footballers that are playing globally right now, you're forced to say where this is what this generation wants, so let them play. They are too soft. The players are too soft. Jerry Sampson say, bros, what's the latest of Juventus transfer? There's no latest. They're trying to offload players before they sign. They don't really have that much money, so it's a big deal. Yorokiri Mano said Cantona made that number 7 more special, but Cristiano Ronaldo, for me, established that number 7. Bros, think I'm now who don't fit to win Ballon d'Or or with the number 7 shirt on his back for United. Now, while I agree with your position, you see, this is a place where we would have to agree on 2 separate truths standing. See, the most flamboyant person with the number 7 is David Beckham. David Beckham made the number 7 jersey beautiful. He wore it for Man United, wore it for England, and as much as he doesn't get the credit that he deserves, number 7 in the era that Cantona and David Beckham wore it, number 7's job is just to supply. Scoring goal was an added extra. When Cristiano Ronaldo came in, his first 2 seasons, the numbers were not really that good. But what happened was that Manchester United changed the way they played because the Premiership started having this conversation where they say no matter how much you play in the Premier League, you would still need to go to La Liga to become a world player. So Manchester United had to tweak their team. Remember the number of players who had to make sacrifice for for Cristiano Ronaldo to be that guy that everybody say he is at United. When Ronnie was the heir apparent to the throne of Ruud van Nistelrooy, he was kicked out of the team. When Ronnie was stepping in, and then there was Tevez, and then there was Berbatov. Guess what? All these guys were squeezed to remove them from that space so that Cristiano Ronaldo can be scoring goals, because now it was a game of numbers and they needed that numbers to make him World Footballer of the Year. And that's what happened. So when you look at all of that, no team again can afford to make those kind of sacrifices, because in Spain or in other places, they just create a system that works. They didn't need to make that much sacrifice, even though Barcelona did by letting Zlatan Ibrahimovic go, letting Thierry Henry go, so that Messi can have the space to dominate. So I, as much as I agree with you with your perspective that you bring, which is a different perspective, I want to say that for me, Eric Cantona is the greatest number 7 to ever play in the Premier, not only just for Manchester United, but for the Premier League era. Listen, Manchester United was a failing club, was a struggling club when Eric Cantona came in. Liverpool was the dominating force. When he came in from Leeds United, its arrogance, its French class and exquisite way of playing. Jesus Christ. Eric Cantona was, I could spend 2 hours to talk about Eric Cantona. Eric Cantona was a god. I still look at Cristiano Ronaldo like, this guy really impressed me. Like, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo plays football and he's great. His numbers are, whoa, they are astronomical. But you see, Eric Cantona played in a time where, first off, the dominance of the power of players. They had Matt Letizia, you have all these great players playing. But Eric Cantona just stand out with his standing collar, with his attitude, the arrogance. First person in this world that made arrogance look beautiful. Make me like feel like in my lifetime, I wasn't a Man United fan. I didn't like Man United, but I wanted to always be arrogant. Cantona made me feel like, you know what, to dominate in this world, you've got to be arrogant. You got to be rude. Like, you got to be, are you stupid? Did you see when he scored that goal against Liverpool and he just turned like this, like, shut up. That guy is the guy, man. I mean, I'm drooling on Cantona. Mark Austin is saying, I think Chelsea should not spend 100 million on Moises. And that one is too much. I beg. Well, you guys spent almost that amount of money on Modric. Thank you very much, Bobby Ukugwe. I appreciate it. It's been a long time anybody gifted us money. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mark Austin said, setback is part of life. We all go through it. I agree with you. Henry Murray say, Nakwana, Megida, Migwa Bros, Maiserisa, wow, Ekara, sir, please help me tell Edu and Ateta not to make the mistake of not bringing in a new striker. Of course, that can be Arsenal's undoing in the coming season. I think Ateta is trying to create a team that will score goal from everywhere. That's what he's trying to create. A first night kind of team. Jerry Sampson is saying, bros, if Saudi Arabia decide to make move on Victor Osimhen, will you advise him to go? No, it's too early. It's too early in his career. The money is good, but I will not advise him to go. But you know, like Victor Osimhen said, everybody can advise. Now, what did they mind he could do? So he has to do what is in his mind. But I don't think his mind is to go to Saudi Arabia right now. My care, he said, if anyone rests on those around you, you will be disappointed. Let me say Jerry Sampson, big no on big no. He gets a bright future ahead of him. Money will come. Monica wants to say Bastian is really wrong with his Pep comment, but he wants to trend. Bobby Kugwe said United's greatest number 7 is Cristiano Ronaldo. I see some people ignoring the imminent arrival of Anana. The guy would revolutionize the way we play and make us a more dangerous proposition. I agree, but you guys need to fix that defense. If not, Premier League attackers will embarrass them. Monica Austin says in Nigeria, we don't have top players now considered for big clubs aside Osimhen. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun say Calvin Bassey to Brighton. That's not a big move from Ajax. If you're going from Ajax to Brighton, it doesn't seem to be like a big move. Yeah, big league, but I'd rather stay at Ajax and be playing Champions League football. Marga Austin is said, truth be told, this is the average Eagles ever. Bobby Kugwe said, I keep saying it, we keep overrating our players when they are merely average. I agree with you on that one. Yorokiri Emmanuel said, I think Nigeria is overhyped. Our players have criticized the British for doing the same. Double standard. 100% agree again. Seem to have a whole lot in common. Beside the parents, besides sharing the same womb, we have a whole lot in common. We will think. Everybody say, I'm sorry for Maguire. See as bros, just they mend the guy at every opportunity where you get. Yorokiri Emmanuel say, Arsenal, you they smart. Only me and you know this talk. Only me and you. Oh God, be very picky. Please forgive us for playing with your situation. Probably could have Maguire and McTominay now. I say leave Maguire and McTominay now. Now football they won't play, but I don't tire for them. No, when I play for now, they must play for that. They don't go anywhere. Like corruption in one particular country, they don't want to leave. I like the way you use your use of word is language is sweet. Monica Austin, they say no more excuses to Arteta. He has to show working now and no escape route. Okay, so let me ask you, Monica. What's your expectation for Arteta this season? Your Emmanuel, I say I watch Arsenal with Bejero. I make them the buy. I hope we no go see Arteta out later. It does happen. Monica Austin, they say Fulham should show respect to Willian and give him a contract. They would. Maya Michael, he say you say hype from media in England and then be low. Okay, I don't understand that. Emmanuel, he said James Ward-Prowse is just all about free kick. Bro, you get where free kick the same person now another Ogbori be that. But in terms of playing, the guy sometimes do the trek for feed. Monica, they say tell Chelsea to sign players. So I don't understand this Porcho. He wants to do another Spurs without buy. But you guys have signed like 4 players. So Chelsea is just signing players now. They are offloading. They are offloading through the Loma truck. But to be very honest, they are signing as well. I don't think he's trying to do what he did at Spurs. I'm not sure he's trying to do that. But hey, you know how this thing is. People will just expect you to just perform miracles. And miracles don't always happen like that. Sometimes these things happen, sometimes it doesn't happen. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. I'm supposed to be leaving this studio now, but I'm still here. Lord Mayor, I say shirt number nowadays it not get meaning. Roma retire 30 number 10 jersey. Okay. Bobby King will say Lawasin is where I grew up. No customer back. Oh, sorry, but not true. Now, so old fridges like for Lawasin. Oduni Remileka say, bros, you don't watch that Gabriel Jesus interview where he talk reason why he pushed to leave City. What do you get to say? I mean, he's giving his reason and he's the one that was there. You want me to argue and say it's a lie? I mean, if somebody tell you that you are going to play match and then they go and put the Sinchenko in that position, would you not know that it's time for you to leave? Monica was say NFF is corrupt. How do you owe a coach 14-month salary? How do you want him to work? It's not necessarily corruption. I'm not excusing it, but because I know it's not corruption. Okay, so let's put it this way. I give you a job. You are a coach. I give you a job, and I get a sponsor who says I will pay the coach's salaries, and then the sponsor is not forthcoming with the money. What do? I know I don't have the money. Because the little money I get, I'm trying to use it to organize the games, like the friendly games, the qualifiers. I don't have the money. I am committed to paying you. The reason why the coaches stays, they know that they can collect their money from FIFA eventually. So that's not corruption. Corruption is when they take the money meant for the coach and go and eat it, and there's no consequence. You can't call it corruption when it is because there's no money. Yeah, we were sitting, and a company called Itayo signed a 2.5 billion sponsorship deal with the NFL for the FA Cup, and also said that we're going to pay the coaches. When they refused to pay Gernot Trott, Nigerians said the coach should get out. That is it's a roadside coach, and that's why they're not paying. No, Nigerians did not cry that the person who pushed the NFL to go and employ that coach and the other coaches is not paying the money. That's who we are. So I'm not saying that it's corruption. I'm saying that the money is not there. And hold on. I don't owe house rent before. I don't owe people money before. I don't plan to owe. I do work, they not pay. Then COVID happened. And then recently I got a job and I cleared up all the debt. As at this time last year, I was owing 7.5 million. I was facing quit notice about to throw me out of this house. As at November or October, right? I started paying from November and I've cleared it up. Would you say I was corrupt because I didn't pay my rent for my office and my house up to the tune of 7.5 million? No. And it's not crazy like I'm saying it and I go that the shame with no, I'm not ashamed. Let's be honest. All of us calling the NFF corrupt, we have found ourselves in those situations. I've gone one whole year without paying my children's school fees. The proprietor of the school actually paid 1 full term for my children. I had to pay back, but I'm just giving you the situation that these things happen for real. Nigeria have gone through 8 years of hell. Buhari, I hate talking about Buhari, but that guy wrecked this country. So we were in a place where we cannot afford it, not because we don't want to. So that does not constitute corruption. It's just the reality of the time. And it's hard for people to accept it, but it's the truth. Things might change, but it's going to take another 2 or 3 years before that changes will happen. We're still going to make up the gross ineptitude. But why I don't bother about it that much, Nigerians got what they deserve, because now majority of I say that man is decent, he have integrity. He get 20 malu. I didn't know that in my life. I wake up one day, people will say somebody with train 20 malu get integrity. Well, we had a malu government for 8 years. People who value malu more than human life. So that's not, I don't call that corruption. I just think that lack of money is the reason. And if I talk to you that I owe you, but I will pay you later, I don't think that is corruption. After all, they paid 7 months after the 14 months. I'm not excusing it, but it's the reality that we face. Moses told me, you said, I better find the Falcons coach. No, I'm not. I've had time to interview. I won't. I'm not going to put fuel on the fire. What am I really going to interview him for? I mean, he spilled it out. As much as I want to go viral, I want to trend. Some things I just said, you know what? You don't put fuel on this fire. Don't. It's not necessary. How does that build Nigerian football? How does that develop us? How does that make us feel better? And if I put it there, I will get maybe a 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 views. The thing why I want more than view now, the MPFA content why they put that. View that one. It has more value to the ecosystem. You know, two way they want all these gossips. So now they cause the problem. Because when I come make content creators, they think say, now that's in the audience. Well, that's not what fix Nigerian football. We'll still be in the same problem. Do the things that will make the ecosystem grow. Yesterday, 2 days ago, a company that's supposed to give us $20 million says that the reason why they can't put that money here is because there is nothing trending about the league, that even Nigerians don't like. How many people they talk about the league? And I agree with them. You think that they want to put money in this gossip around the wardrobe? No, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to do those interviews. European man, I say Randy Drum or waiting them, they call him Nakola. Am I going to coach Passam, Nigeria, to like Oyibo? I agree with you on that 100%. The other ones they say Pep at fault for football rules. Okay. Bobby Okigwe says, I actually see these issues with Randy making the ladies really rally around him and give an awesome performance at the tournament. I doubt. But I pray that happens. But I got to say, I really don't want to blame the Super Falcons coach. How do you owe a man for 14 months? That's why I can't blame him. None of us will survive that. NFF is a real joke. Okay. FIFA and UEFA suppose arrest that tiger for Germany when they talk spoil about Pep. Odoni Remileko, I say I love how Ferdinand called that Jamie Carragher. Yeah, but I think I just think that it's scripted. That's what I think. Me too, according to Bobby Ukigwe. European man, I say Chelsea no go struggle next season. I also think so. Anything above last season, we go take her. Bobby Ukigwe say United will win the league. Bobby, I better take your £5. Take your £5 back. Take her back. Go and buy 1 pint of beer. What's wrong with you now? I like you keep the money. United, another 10 years and I never win anything. That club. Now, Man United not going to make up for next season. Mark what? Odin Ramalaka say, make he be lie, you do something. That boy, we Shenkos, make he did the Juventus or go elsewhere. Well, he's a skillful player. It's not really that bad. Odin Ramalaka say, biggest mistake. Yeah. Odin Ramalaka say, Otilo. Digital for my Mr. Latecomer, he said, LOL, not be small. What because he say, how is it that now the biggest mistake we are to give and make sacrifice, bros? Ha. I don't understand. I can't relate to that. Henry Murray say that money for envelope now one good seed, bros. I mean good seed, a mistake. Okay, man, I say Chelsea don't already hit rock bottom, so they can only climb right up. I agree with you, but they didn't hit rock bottom. Rock bottom is when they get relegated. Lord Mayor, I say Brighton will bring the price of Caicedo down. I'm not sure, but I think Caicedo is not worth 100. He's a good player, no doubt about it. But I mean, what's that? European man finally said Thiago Silva will be like Goliath when they play that David this season, because the way Chelsea they sign under 21 these days now. Wow. Okay, that's another topic for another day. Maybe on Monday we'll talk about that. Right now, I gotta pack my bags and baggages and start heading. Where is Siku, my pilot? Let's start finding our way to the mainland if this rain and traffic allows us. But having said that, thank you very much, everybody, for joining on the show today. Please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, do well to subscribe. I will not forget to mention Bobby Okigwe, who blessed us with £5. Let me put it that way. £4.99, as you guys say it in the UK, Mama Shale country. Thank you very much, and God bless you all for joining in on Instagram. For those of you who had issues with the radio, I'm sorry, but thank you for those of you who came to YouTube and follow up on the show. It's time for me to run. My name still is Idafe Matthias. Don't forget that Joy Bassi was here with us at the early stage of the show to give us some stories that's going on outside of sports. But having said that, I've had a good time. I don't know about you guys. It's 100% excitement, 100% joy, 100% laughter, 100% sporting story, football especially. And it's time for me to pack my bags and baggages and go. Have a wonderful weekend. Next week, on Monday, when we come back, we'll talk about what happened on the weekend. Don't forget that pretty soon we'll start hearing preseason matches and all that. We'll be here to analyze and talk about some of the new signings, what they're doing, what the possible path to greatness or to success in the new club that they've signed for really is. Have yourself a wonderful weekend and be kind one to another. Bye-bye.